Hi there. This is an unusual time for us to be broadcasting, but I'm Gail Andersen, and this is Mentoring Moments for Moms. Thursday I was supposed to have an interview with my daughter, Rachel, and that didn't happen, so we're doing this today. And if you didn't join us yesterday I talked about being able to have good expectations in your marriage. So that might be an interesting one. It was a fun one. We just talked about how to handle our expectations in marriage. But today I want to introduce my daughter Rachel. We have 5 children, 3 boys, and then we were blessed by the Lord with twin girls, and Rachel is the oldest of those twins. She's very creative, very vivacious, and just a great person. Hey, lots of people joining today. Thank you so much. I do want to say that Rachel was our Psalm 37:4 baby. We actually named her. She was one of the 2 that we named before we ever even got engaged. And Psalm 37:4 says, "Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart." And Rachel was that desire for us, so she was an answer to prayer. But I just want to interview her a little bit today about life in the Andersen family. As I interview some of my kids, I want you to have an idea of, from them actually, what growing up in our family was like. So, Rachel, what are some of the things that stand out to you in our family that were part of growing up?
The biggest thing was just how you guys made so much out of when we had so little. We did things like shaving cream art on family nights because we didn't have loads of money for extra supplies or crafts. We did a ton of camping trips because we couldn't afford huge travel costs, flights and hotels and all of that. But we also took it one step further, and you guys always had us name vacations, which made it seem like a massive deal. So it was like this impending excitement every time. And it was like we had to have family council meetings about what we were going to name the vacation.
Which is cool because it involved you guys then.
Yeah.
It wasn't just mom and dad planning the trip, telling you where we're going.
And it was a free thing. It wasn't like you had to build excitement by like what we're going to do or what we're going to see. It was all wrapped around like just creating memories.
Let me just mention something about the vacations. Another thing that we did was we would have a vacation cry, which was just hilarious. We would decide on that as a family, and anybody at any point in the car or wherever we were on vacation could call for the cry by saying vacation cry, and then everybody would, say Silver Dollar City or whatever our vacation cry was. It kind of built that family team spirit.
And it was just fun. It was like having a theme. Named vacations. So we did, I guess one example is we took a massive road trip out west, and we named that one, that was what, like
Western
94?
Ho.
Yeah, but it was like 94,
like
so I was pretty young, but that was one of my favorite trips, and at any given time, any of us could just yell out, vacation cry, and we'd all have to say Western Ho. So it was it Western or Westward?
Western.
Western, okay.
Yeah.
I was pretty young, I don't remember.
So, if you don't know us, if you haven't been on here before, I have shared that my husband was a pastor for about 35 years. We still consider ourselves in that role, although we're not actively pastoring at a church. But that made for a different lifestyle than we would have had if he was doing something else in the workaday world. So, and especially with 5 children, there just wasn't always enough finances to meet every single highfalutin need. So we made things work. Yeah. So Rachel, are these things that you will want to continue when you have your own family, your own kids?
Yeah, definitely, because it's creative, fun ways to make memories. Other fun things that we did, which maybe wasn't such a big deal to my siblings, but like one of the biggest things that stuck out is we'd have family movie nights, and I don't know why my dad started doing this, but like when the credits started after every movie, he'd just pop up randomly and just be like, "All right, after movie dance," and you'd all have to get up and dance around the living room. And it was kind of like to like be happy and not ask for another movie. I don't know what the reasoning was, or it was just dad just wanting to have fun. So that's one of my favorites. And then family nights is the thing I'm going to be doing for sure. And then kids days, because my parents would just wake us up in the middle of the night, I guess it was right before school season started, so like beginning of August.
It was always sometime in the summer. We never tell them when.
Yeah, so we never knew when it was, but it was just they'd wake us up at midnight and bring us down to the kitchen, and we'd eat ice cream, and they'd tell us it's Kids Day and have like some surprise we had to find out about, and we'd go the next day, and it could be anything from like an outing. We didn't really, we went to the state park once, I guess, but one year we went to Six Flags. Another year we went to just Chicago just to walk around together and walk along the riverfront. And that was like 2 hours from us, but it was a big deal to us. So it was just fun things like that.
They really seem to appreciate everything little that we did. Let me mention, you guys, if you like what we're talking about, tap on the screen, give me some hearts. And also, if you want to share this broadcast today, go ahead and swipe to the right and you'll be able to share the broadcast. As I've mentioned before, all of my broadcasts are saved on YouTube. You can either search Mentoring Moments for Moms, or you can go into my Periscope profile and the link is there, and you can watch those at any time. Getting back to what Rachel said about the after movie dance. Yes, my husband throws in an after whatever dance anytime, just to make things fun. Even during potty training. Okay, after potty dance, you know, just... We tried to celebrate a lot of things, but my husband was especially silly about it, and he kept
really great
the
dance
fun
moves
in the family. What ages did we start the kids' days? Good question.
That was at Miller Road, wasn't it?
Oh, man, no. That was in Cleveland.
Oh,
that was in Cleveland,
much
so
younger.
you were little. You know, I think Jessie was 8.
So I would have been
In the 90s sometime, right. But the way we start, I'll talk with Jessie about that sometime. That'll be a fun thing. But we did have a lot of fun in our family. We wanted to make life in the family fun, and so that's part of what we did, and that's part of what Rachel's sharing about. What else would you like to say to the moms that are listening today?
I am really big on learning for me, it's friends or siblings or whatever, but when I get to be a parent, it'll be with my kids. Learning each individual love language, because every person is so different. And for me, it was quality time and words of affirmation, but for my 3 older brothers, it could have been words of affirmation and acts of service, and for my sister, it could have been something totally different. And to take time, because you have all the time, you know, especially before they go to school, to like pour into that relationship, and you get compound points basically if you're doing it inside the love language of like once you realize how they receive love or how they give love. It's just a really cool relationship strengthener, which is pretty fun.
It's awesome. And I have mentioned that a little bit before. I'll put the link in the description on YouTube with this video, so you'll be able to have access to that book. I can't remember where along our parenting that book finally came out, but it was very helpful. It actually has a test that you can give kids from age 5 and up. You ask them questions and they answer. And we based a lot of things in parenting. That helped us learn how to set up reward system with them. That helped us learn what to do for special time with them. It also helped us understand like why Jared was always giving me gifts. I couldn't figure that out because I'm not really a gifts person. But it helped us understand that. And really, you individualize everything with the kids, even getting down to the ways that you discipline or consequence them, because what might be a consequence for one is not a consequence for another. 5 Love Languages of Children is the book that we're talking about. Yes, it's awesome. So that's all we have for today. Thanks for listening. I hope that you'll jump on this week. Got a lot of great topics to talk about. I'm usually on several times a week. Can't really tell you what time. I'm sorry about that. But I talk about mostly things that affect moms, your marriage, about being a mom, thank you, about household management. I like to talk about health and about living simply. So join us and spread the word. Let everybody know that we're on. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend.